It's your girl, Yummy.com. Thank you for joining me, liking, subscribing, viewing, whatever you are doing. Oh, that vibes. That rhymes. Wow. I'm going to be doing another Tipsy movie review. As always, and most of the time, it's not a movie. I'm a liar. Have you not got it? I'm doing a TV show, and the TV show I'm doing hit Netflix in December of 2022. It took me a while to recuperate in watching it because there is a shirtless man, the shirtless man of my childhood, which sounds weird, but I'll get to it in a second. And it really took me by surprise and bated breath, and I just really did like the show. I binged it all in one day, and then I rewatched it slowly. And now, right now, as I'm filming, it is Fashion Week. I'm probably not going to be putting it out anytime near Fashion Week because I know I have some videos for Black History Month and Women's History Month, so this will probably go out after those or during that month, maybe during March, if not March, April. This is a backlog. But I am talking about the show The Fabulous. The Fabulous is a Korean drama on Netflix. It is starring Choi Min-ho, who I love and adore. And that was kind of the thing that made me watch it. I'm not going to lie to you. And what I mean by like shirtless man childhood is that my first bias, while a lot of people may think that BTS was my first alt group and that Suga was, or Namjoon technically, and then Suga was my first and longest bias, that is in fact not true. Back in the day when I was in high school, I had a friend named Angel who introduced me to a lot of K-pop, and yes, like a little bit later I think that Gangnam Style was like really popular, but even before that, the boys of Shinee had my heart with the song, a little song called Replay. Sorry, I loved Shinee so much. Replay, Lucifer, excuse me, Miss Performance is still one of the top 2 performances live that I've ever seen online. I haven't seen it in person, but that video of them performing it in the all white, when everything. I loved Shinee so much, and my bias, because I always love a rap bias, 지금까지 마주했던 착각이란 자유의 기억 없이 빠뜨려 앞으로 나만을 주입해 헛머리가 빙빙빙 돌면서 혼란스러운 생각에 점점 진될 거야 지금까지 이해해 난 너만을 들린다는 거야 was Minho in Shinee. I loved Minho so much, and then I like fell off K-pop obviously, and then BTS brought me back. So technically my first ever bias, before I even knew what it was Minho from Shinee. He is in this, and the first scene, within the first like 30 minutes or 20 minutes, he's like, his shirt gets ripped off in the middle of a club and he's just dancing drunkenly. And then he has a full makeout scene with the main actress. He plays a character called Woman. And that Woman is tied to Jiyoon. So like they fully. But besides the draw of a shirtless Minho, what does this show have to offer, and what do I think of it? Well, let's start. I love this show so much. I will let you know. I usually don't talk about things that I don't love, but I do love this show so much because it is all about working professionals in the fashion industry, which is why I'm recording this. I was like, it's Fashion Week, I have to do it now or I will never do it. But it's talking about 4 best friends who are all within the fashion world. There is a model, she is the best. There's a designer, Mr. Joseph. He is interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say he's my favorite character, but he's funny as fuck a lot of the times, and he's very determined, which I really love and appreciate. There's June, who's the stylist, or kind of works with this like, I want to say event planning kind of company or agency, works with an agency. So they do like event planning and trying to get pieces for certain designers to certain influencers and all these other things. So kind of an assistant in that realm. And then there is Woman, who is a photographer. He's a freelancer who's like going steady, like he's like a freelance photographer, but he works pretty steadily at this one place. But he's a fashion editorial photographer, and sidely a street photographer as well. So those are the four friends, the four main friends.
하지 않는 곳에서 빛을 발하는 이들이 있어 오늘도 새로운 패션이 탄생합니다.
Yes, there are other people who come in, but we'll get to them when we get to them. Basically, as the story goes, Woman and Jiyoon, the two main characters, used to date. They used to be in this friend group. They used to be a couple.
지미, 우리 사귈래? 야, 아니야. 농담. 장난이었어.
그래. 우리 사귀자.
Who broke up last fashion season, like I guess, like you could say last Korean Seoul Fashion Week season. They broke up, and he left to Hawaii, in which he reminds her he didn't tell her, so she was clearly stalking his Instagram. And basically, like, he comes back this season, this fashion season, and he's like, well, yay, I'm back, like, we're still friends, we'll still be cool, we agreed on that. And so they're like still friends. She has this boyfriend named Namjoon, who is 60. Like, there is not one fine ass man in this show. I'm talking everyone.
Just elegance brilliant.
우리는 dropping like hard. 어제가 feeling so hard. 이 노래 burning like hard.
Gay, straight, everyone, fine as shit. Anyways, not the point. Anyways, so she has a boyfriend, and again, her and her boyfriend ended up breaking up because obviously she cheated. So we have those two friends, and then the other two, those two who were a couple exes who were friends kind of, and then the other two in the friend group. It all starts off at Mr. Joseph's fashion show. One of the models gets mad because she gets fired, so it ends in disaster, and so on and so forth. They try and cheer him up, which leads to too many drinks, which leads to too much partying, which leads to Ryder dying, which leads to her fucking cheating on her boyfriend, and craziness ensues. Now let me tell you why I love this drama, because there's easy ways to break it up, but for real, I can go character by character, but for real, they're all so intertwined in each other, it doesn't even make sense to do it that way. I can just tell you why I love it and why I recommend it. I love it because a lot of K-dramas focus on relationships. They focus on the dynamics between two specific people, the push and pull. Most, if not all, K-dramas focus on that. Even in K-dramas like The Glory, where it's like not romance at all, it's straight up horror shit. Like, the dynamics between the main girl and the girl who bullied her, who was her main bully, it's that push and pull the entire time. So it's always, most of the time, the push and pull between two people. And while this does, as a drama, have a focus on romance and the push and pull between June and Woman, it's not about that super seriously at all. It's more so about the friendships and the connectivity between the friendships that help them be good friends and help push each other forward in their careers. Sooyeon is always a model for Mr. J's shows. Mr. Joseph's shows. Woman tries to do as much photography for all of them, all the time. Like it's literally they're all trying to help each other push forward. There's at one point where June is with this like high fashion dude who everyone respects, and she ends up like taking him to Mr. Joseph's show, which kind of catapults Mr. Joseph into like this becoming like a creative director for this high atelier. Like, and it's all interconnected pieces, dominoes happening because of the care and consideration that they put into their friends always. And I really love and appreciate that, and it's one of my favorite things about the drama. It's that everyone is connected at some point and they're all just struggling. Like, workplace dramas are fun always, but like the fact that it's like in something that I care about, like I love productions of any kinds, fashion shows, live performances, sports performances. I love a big production. Fashion shows are some of my favorite things to see live, because there's just something so immersive about taking a space and recreating it or flipping it on its head to match a concept that you have designed. So the fact that they're all working in some form in fashion is insane. And then you have like these crazy side characters that surround them that are equally as strong and interesting. You have the editor of this high fashion magazine. I can't remember everyone's name, so I'm just gonna like throw them out randomly. You have Ji-Yoon's boss. You have Miss Hong, who's the stylist for a specific influencer who everyone is trying to get a hold of. JD, who is also a character within herself. She's a very amalgamation of exactly what you think Gen Z thinks of. She's like what you think if you think of a Gen Z TikToker, that's what you think JD is in this. You have so many people like Mr. Joseph's mom, who like he's kind of a mama's boy, and she does financially support him and creating his line. So you have his mom, you have this guy who like fell in love with Ji-Yoon, not for long. He was kind of like he ended up playing a younger brother character to woman more so than Ji-Yoon's ever love interest. And then his girlfriend.
플랜이 뭔데?
모델 정식 데뷔해서 서울 패션위크 런에 폼나게 서는 거. 시작부터 애매하게 할 생각 없거든 난. 확실해야지. 그럼 넌?
오핑 만점, 코인 투자, 웹 디자인 기능사랑 공인중개사 자격증까지. Nobody knows the future.
And then like the relationship with Soo-yeon and the young models that she takes under her wing.
간다. 그게 얼마나 역 같은 일인지 알게 될 거고 너도 곧. 그러니까 그 정도로 억울해할 거 없다고. 너만 아니면 그만이니까. 이따위 해프닝에 울지 말고 웃어도 된다고. 그냥 털어버려.
선배, 지난번엔 제가
선배 아니라며. 언니라고 불러. 내키지 않은 말고.
이티과, 넌 이티과. 너도 이티과. 시가 무슨 뷰티과인 줄 알아.
실장님은 무슨 과죠? 입이 썩은 건 뭐라고 하지? 아직도 이런 포터 실장님이 패션 바닥에 남아있었니? 청소 싹 된 줄 알았는데 쓰레기 덜 치웠네 여기.
선호 씨, 지금 나한테 하는 말?
그렇겠죠?
뭐 선배랍시고 동네 골목대장 노릇 하시겠다. 이러니까 맨날 청담일보에 오르내리는 거 아니야?
선배님, 실장님 이름도 같이 올려드려요?
뭐?
예선호. 커피 사왔어.
사진 입으로 찍는 거 아니잖아요, 실장님. 웬만하면 현장에서 입 닫고 계세요. 옥수수 안 털리려면. 모두 수고하셨습니다.
언니, 그거 모르죠? 언니가 내 자극제였던 거. 언니랑 같은 런웨이에 서는 게 저희들한테 얼마나 영광이었는데요. 언니가 찍은 디아나 캠페인 화보랑 영상 저 같은 후배들한테 거의 바이블인 거 몰랐죠?
고맙다. 멋지게 기억해줘서.
나도 언니처럼 해외 컬렉션 진출해서 언니랑 같은 숙소 쓰면 친해지는 게.
One hour later.
너 나랑 해외 컬렉션 도전해보자.
우리 선호 해외 활동 다시 시작하거든요.
모델 포기하지 마. 너 재능 있어.
언니,
신인이든 유명하던 쇼에 서려면 오디션부터 시작해야 돼. 알지?
저 할 수 있을까요?
나도 했는데 너는 왜 안 돼? 나랑 같은 숙소 쓰면서 친해지는 게 꿈이었다며. 그거 하자. 꿈은 포기하는 게 아니거든.
It is amazing. There's so many characters. There's no one that you can't root for. There's no villain. There's no evil entity fighting against them from becoming the greatest versions of themselves. It is just the pressure of everyday work, and that's the realest part of it, because it's like there's no super villain trying to stop me in real life, like I'm up against. No, it's just the pressures of everyday work and trying to do your best. They are all just trying to do their best, and it is truly amazing. Suyeon, I believe her name is Suyeon, but I believe if that's not her name, I'll put it here. But the model, she is my favorite character. While like I have things that I love and things that I don't love, like a woman's relationship with Jiyoon is like sometimes iffy because she literally calls on him to do.
한번 도와줘야겠다. 며칠만 운전기사 해줘.
운전기사? 내가 너 남편이야, 뭐 남친이야.
너는 내 남사친이잖아.
Everything for her all the time. She gets like preferential treatment at a photo shoot. That granted, they were being assholes to her originally, but as soon as they see his pretty ass face, they were like, oh, that's your friend? Well, hello. So he does shit for her all the time, like to the point where it inconveniences him, but he doesn't care because he loves her so much.
지은아, 지금 출발해. 최대한 밟아볼게.
미안해, 늦었어.
우린 항상 이런 식이야. 항상 나보다 늦었어. 타이밍도 죄다 엉망. 맞는 게 하나도 없어.
미안하다고 했잖아.
넌 대체 뭐가 그렇게 미안한데? 내 부탁이라면 다 들어주고 뭐든 다 감당하고 바보 같은 이런 내 꼴까지 이렇게 쩔쩔대면서 다 받아주면서
타이밍이 엉망이라고? 늦었다고? 잘 봐, 어떻게 따라잡는지. 지금부터 전력 질주할 테니까.
So like that's something that I have like an issue with. And Mr. J, like he has this great relationship with his assistant Esther.
에스터 없으면 조세프도 없어. 바람 놓지 마, 주민.
조세프 없으면 애써도 없죠, 쌤.
뭔 난리?
But like he sometimes is just like not willing to play the game the way that it should be played, and like is a little bit of a baby sometimes. And granted, while all of those people have all those things, Suyeon is perfect to me. She has a bad attitude, yes, but she is protective and fierce and loyal. She's a model that is respected to the highest degree in the industry. She's smart, she's savvy, she is cunning and has a justice about her. There is a point where she is like being berated by some other models, and it's like you see this and like they have like this whole fight and like whatever, but you see like the whole flipping 360 towards the end when all the models are like rallying around her and thanking her for standing up for younger models.
쓰레기 덜 치웠네 여기.
야, 그렇게 얘기하니까 내가 깡패 같잖아.
저희한텐 언니 같은 선배가 얼마나 든든한데요.
And that they're so glad to have a veteran in their corner because like she protected some models on a photo shoot from being unjustly yelled at. And you see this in her. She is the protector of the group. She is, when a woman gets his feelings hurt, she's there to protect him and, you know, be with him and hold him down for that. When Joseph is sad about his designs not being able to be made into fruition, she is there for him constantly. She is the protector, she is the icon, and she has this very sweet relationship with this younger model. She also is fierce as fuck, like in every sense of the word. She's the definition of fierce. She's a fierce friend, she's fiercely loyal, she's fiercely beautiful, she's strikingly fiercely beautiful.
There's not much I would do to get through to you. Show how much I want you, babe. But then you kiss me, and the world turns on its axis, and it's obvious the fact is that you're into me. But I can't seem to let you say those things that you love me.
all of it to boot. Some of my favorite scenes aesthetically shot, like not content wise but aesthetically shot, are of her face. Just like various close-ups of her catwalking and modeling. Beautiful. Anyways, I do love the show. I love that they all have a deep sense of loyalty to each other, to the point where they're willing to vandalize ex-boyfriends' things, and just like really always be there for each other. Whenever someone is down, there's always at least one of them who brings them up. I think that the use of the song Honey by JYP, well, I think JYP is the biggest meme, more of a meme than a musician. The song Honey is infamous, and every time they have the song Honey in a K-drama, I love it. When it was in My Father is Strange, when it was in this, I love it. Anyways, regardless, the show is phenomenal. It is very sweet. It also gives you a peep into the chaoticness that is behind every fashion industry, because you see all these beautiful photo shoots with your favorite idols or your favorite brands and your favorite musicians. You see all these beautiful photo shoots, but you don't see the craziness, the wheeling and dealing, the chaos that comes with every snap of every photo. So look at your favorite photo of everything. When Mingyu's on Louis Vuitton, when Suga's doing his shit on also Louis Vuitton, or any of the boys, they're doing their shit on Louis Vuitton. I'm really just not just Louis Vuitton, obviously other things like Chanel and everything. But like whenever you see those pictures, you have to really think of the chaos and the blood and the sweat and the tears, and you think of those four friends that suffer. And it really is, again, a whole tapestry. Anyways, with that being said, I have to give it a drink, as I do here on Tipsy Movie Review. And I will be giving this drink a strawberry rice punch. Rice punch is a drink that I recently got into, specifically a whiskey-based rice punch. I got one in Maryland, and I loved it, and I've been addicted to them. Not addicted, that's wrong to say about alcohol, but like I've been loving them so much. But there is a version of it that I have tried only once, which is a strawberry rice punch, which is a little bit sweeter. A lot of the times they have like a citrus note or a mint note, but this one had a strawberry, like milk punch taste. And it has distilled clarified milk, but it has also strawberry milk added to it, so it's like, or strawberry puree added to it, so it still like has like that viscous like kind of a vibe. But it is sweet, it is decadent, it is something that is a rice punch alone. When I think of a rice punch, I think of sophistication. I think of not sophistication in the way that, like, I guess you would say a highball or like a martini in a coupe glasses, but I think of like being an adult. Like a rice punch seems like an adult person drink, but then when you just add the strawberry, it just adds an element of fun and sweetness to it, and that's how I feel about this show.
넌 꿈이 뭔데?
하고 싶은 걸 하는 거?
야, 이거 니들 한국 돌아왔을 때 꺼내볼 타임캡슐이야. 성의 있게 대답하자, 어?
그럼 난 탑 찍는 거. 샤넬, 프라다, 디아나, 얼레인. 모든 브랜드에서 독점하고 싶어 한다린 탑 모델. 나보다 잘할 사람 있을까? 난 알아. 될 거야, 난.
기절. 자신감으로 탑 찍고 남겠네, 선호.
야.
알았어.
다시 한번 뉴욕, 런던, 밀란, 파리. 세계 4대 컬렉션 죄다 휩쓸어 보려고?
우미 난
딱히 뭐 항상 있는 건 아니어서 가끔 꾸고 그러다 바뀌고 어쩌다 보니 찾고 그렇기도 하잖아, 꿈이란 게. 내 셔터도 꽤 바빠질 것 같아. 어제 보고해서 연락 왔더라고.
쪼셰븐?
난 나만의 작은 아틀리에를 갖는 게 꿈이야. 내가 만든 예쁜 옷들을 사람들이 즐겁게 입고 행복했으면 좋겠어. 난 천자르는 가위 소리가 너무너무 좋거든. 내 마음이 한 땀 한 땀 전부 전해지면 좋겠어. 나 이번에 파리에다 아뜰리에 만들게 됐어. 가서 얼레인까지 먹어 볼라고.
그럼 지은이 넌?
나는 예쁜 것들을 좋아하잖아. 아름다운 것들로 둘러싸인 패션 업계에서 제일 열정적이고 가장 유능하고 절대 없어서는 안 돼 그런 특별한 존재. 그럼 나는
포부 한번 거창하다. 우리 꼭 이루는 거다. 꼭꼭.
꼭
어떻게?
어떻게긴 원래 하던 대로 냅다 깔아지.
You're the one and you don't realize. Yes, it's true. This was meant to be. You and me. No, there's no help. We lost the way. I made a
내
wish.
계획에 네 역할이 없는데?
넘친!
필요할까?
그럼 매니저. 나 영어도 꽤 하고 부침성 좋은 것도 알고 심지어 운전도 잘하잖아 나.
이미 에이전시는 있고 개인 매니저 둘만큼 내 돈벌이가 안 될 텐데.
그럼 나 모아준 께서 이참에 감독 데뷔해야겠다. 너 따라다니면서 슈퍼모델 예선호의 성공기를 다큐멘터리로 만들어야겠어.
성공기가 될지 실패담이 될지 장담할 수 없는데?
모델 예선호든 예선호의 다큐멘터리든 둘 중 하나 성공하지 않겠어?
인사해. 여긴 내 귀여운 남자친구. 여긴 진영석 디자이너. 넥스.
Yes, it's true. This was meant to be. You and me. We need some time to work it out. It's me you need, and there's no doubt.
집에
But
안 가요?
I'll be strong. I can't wait. When will you see? When will
나팔할래요,
you
우리?
see?
우리
I made a wish.
싫으면 뭐 어쩔 수 없고 기절 맨날
But soon you'll change, and in your eyes I'll be the one. 'Cause you're seeing with your heart.
I rewatch it all the time. It is slowly becoming a comfort show, along with like Mr. Queen and Uncanny Counter, and like again, all those things have in common. It's like community-based like vibes. But with that being said, I'm Yummy.com. Thank you for watching. Don't worry, I will be back. So stay tuned, my internet friends.